everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be doing a painting. We're going to paint this picture of this lovely peony. This is by photographer Pamela Escobedo, and she gave me permission to paint it. It's so pretty, it already looks like a painting, but we're going to paint it. This is actually a photograph, and we're going to paint it on a block of wood. Okay, it's just a 5.5 by 7.5 block of wood that I've pre-gessoed. So we're going to do that today. Well, probably over the next couple of lives, but we're going to start it today. So y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. I know it's been a little bit, so my attendance might be a little off today. We'll see. See if I can get you guys pulled up. I might try to post a quick post just in case nobody got this message. Okay, I don't want that screen. I'm being patient. There's nobody on yet, so I'm just going to I'm going to post this because I have a feeling that it might not, you guys might not have gotten the notice. We'll just do an @top fans and see what happens. All right, let's see how that works. We can get some people on here. It's still not showing on my end, so. Where are you? There you are. All right. Oh, there's Angela. Hey, Angela. Yay, it's working. All right, so we're going to be doing this. Isn't it pretty? It's such a pretty photo. It's a challenge, though. This will be a challenge for me because that's a lot of detail. So we'll see if I can do it. So let's see. I assume sound is okay. My end looks okay. I haven't tested it. Yeah, it seems okay. All right, we got a couple people on. I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera up top so we can get started. All right, 1 second. Bear with my moving. Just straight. Let me get straight. You see, I'm going to have to zoom in. I'll figure that out in a minute. Thanks, Angela, for letting me know sound is good. All right, so first thing we'll be doing today is the background, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it exactly like this. I do like the color though, so of course it depends on what printout I have because the color varies on your printouts. I can't remember because I don't have it on screen, but this is paper. This is a Ilford photo paper. It printed like that, and then this is a post-it note photo paper, and it printed like that. So you can tell the colors are very different. And then just a regular off my printer print out is like this, so it's kind of closer to this post-it note. So I have a feeling it's probably closer to this, so I will probably try to go a little bit brighter than that, but I'm just going to put that one up top for me to look at. And this one's just to keep on the table here. So this piece of wood is primed with some gesso. It's just a little bit of white gesso with a drop of black gesso to make a gray I just decided to go with the gray. I don't know what any of my brushes are. This is like, I am so unorganized because I haven't painted in a while. And I've got some brushes sitting here. Hopefully the ones I need are here. I think I need my background brush, and that is in the other jar. Let's see, maybe this one. I might use those. I do like using these. There. Let's see, we're going to get glare. That's the problem with this papers that are kind of shiny. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit, figure out where I need to be on screen. Don't absolutely have to have the whole reference showing the whole time. So that can go about there. I might put a piece of tape here. And then I think this is okay for my palette. So anyone who is new, this is a glass palette. It's by New Wave. I'm just going to put me some tape so I try to remember to stay in camera. I will try. Right. And let's see. So this is it's a very teal color. I'm guessing quinacridone, no, phthalocyanine, blue-green. Phthalocyanine, I don't know. Something like that. We're going to try this color. It's a pretty color. And then maybe just a little more blue, so we'll probably just try some of that phthalo in the blue as well. Between those two, I should be able to about get that color. I don't think I want to add any white to it. If I do, it would need to be like a transparent white. Where is my transparent white? Did you not pull it out of your box? It looks like I didn't pull it out of my box. Okay, pull it out of your box. Very, very large box of paints. Alright, let's see if I can find it in case I need it. Here's one. Don't you have two of these? No, it's almost empty. Here's one. Okay. Alright. So I might try some of this transparent mixing white. I'm not sure if I'll need it, but I might, because it is a little toned down. This won't make it hopefully too chalky looking. All right, we need water. Just gonna spray our palette. Try to get this out of the way so I don't get wet. And we are gonna spray this. Okay, I'm using a fine mister. And this is a Rosemary brush, number 3077 by Rosemary and Company. And let's see, let's mix a little blue, a little green. Yeah, I like those colors. They are pretty much perfect. Just have to decide how much green and how much blue. So I'm going to do one coat with just this, and then we'll see how that looks. I'm not going to worry about the sides right now. I'm going to go a little more green. Stay. I almost need like wax on the bottom of this thing or something. Keep it from moving on me. So I'm going to try and soften this if I can work fast enough. That's always the trick. Can I work fast enough? All right, where's my blender? You don't even have it ready. Gosh, I usually try to clean them before my live, because you know that kitty cat is gonna be on everything. Not too bad. I want to go a little greener, I think. It's pretty though. So, I think this is the color I'm going to try to go for. So I'm going to go just a tad bit greener. Decide if I need any other shade of green on there. I don't think I need the white. I'm going to play with some white real quick. Let me just put a little, gosh, that got dry fast. Play with a little bit of this. Come down here. Try a little bit of this transparent mixing white. Just a little. It's going to really brighten it a lot. Might be good. Is that dry? Can't tell. Nope. Not dry. We're going to have to hit that with the blow dryers because we can't do it when it's wet. And I'll mix that up again. All right. Let's move this so it doesn't blow. Had to cool it down. There's a hair there, but I can't tell if it's a hair or just a flaw in the wood. I don't see a hair. It's probably just a flaw in the wood. All right. My paintbrush is rolling everywhere. Not good. I'll clean that up later. All right, so let's try to mix that again. So I kind of like the white with it. We'll give it a shot. So green. And a little bit of white, not too much, a little bit of blue. That's pretty good. Let's go a little thicker though, just a bit, if I can thicken this up. Much more white. Okay, I think that's good. All right, I'm not going to wet it this time because I don't think it's a good idea. Hopefully I can just work fast enough to get my brush on here. It has to be all wet. Honestly, it's really pretty just like that. But I want to soften it. Close. Pretty close. That's not bad. All right. So I like the color. I feel like it's still a little too see-through. So I might do one more coat, drying in between. I'm going to put out some more paint because I don't have enough. Where's that phthalocyanine green? Got plenty of the blue, but again. Try that. always use the Cold Blast after drying, because if you don't, what happens is your it's just too hot and it makes your paint dry fast. All right, so let's mix up. I'm gonna try to get a thicker amount if I can get it to mix. That. A bit of white. A little bit of blue. Ooh, too much blue. Oops. A little bit of white. Maybe a little more white. Now, this is not normal white. This is transparent mixing white. So it doesn't change the tone that much. It becomes see-through as it dries, basically. Just changes it a little. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to wet it this time because I need more working time. It's a little on the green side. That's not bad. Okay. I think I like that. I might let it work its way to being a little bit darker on the edges. Lighter in the middle there. Okay, brush, 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 brush. Soften, soften, soften. I am just barely touching this. Just softening it up a little. Take out some of those brush marks. I think I like that. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, so we're just going to wash this. You like that? Pretty? It's got a little bit of variation. Okay, I'm going to wash this, and the way I do that is just dip just the ends in, not the whole thing. Give it a little squeeze. And then I need a paper. Now I'll wash it properly later, but I don't want to leave it with paint in it while I'm painting. So always try to wash it out as I go, just enough so I don't ruin it. Okay? And that's just a makeup brush. It's literally one of the Echo Tools makeup brushes. Okay, there's our background. Looks good. Let me wash this brush out. That is a strong color. I do 3 waters. I have one for the initial wash, and then I have one for the second wash, and then I have one that I keep clean for mixing. I need to mix or something. Okay. I have to clean up this paint I got all over my table before it stains. I don't know if this will stain or not, but it might stain. Let me grab an alcohol pad and just clean it up real quick. Yeah, it's already trying to stain. It's a strong color. I prefer not to have my pretty little board all stained up. I swear my paintbrush rolled on me. Didn't want it to roll, and then I got a little bit here for some reason. Not sure why. Probably splashed it. That would be my guess. Alright. Try not to have too many stains all over the place. I like to keep it clean. I don't know. It's more appealing to me when it's nice and clean. Alright. Now, I don't need all this on here because I don't even think we need this color anytime soon. We might use a little of something like that for a leaf or something, but I really don't need it. I will keep that white on there. So I'm going to try to separate it from the blue. Just take off some of it because I don't want to waste it in case I need it. But I don't want the blue in it. So this is going away. Where's paper towels? There they are. I'm just going to clean this off real quick. Love painting with a glass palette. It just makes life so much easier for cleanup and stuff. Sorry about the squeaky. Alright, there. All clean. Fingers not clean. Let's get this out of the way because I'm going to grab it and it's very dirty. Grab another cloth. There's one. Okay. So messy. Get this off my fingers. I just don't want to accidentally color something blue because it's on my fingers. Ooh, burns. Cuts on my fingers. Okay. There we go. Should be good and dry. And then I usually just match whatever I think I want to. It'll probably be the same color, so, but I'm not going to do it now because it'll just get messed up during painting, so I don't usually bother. Now I have to trace out our flower because I am not hand drawing this. It is way too much detail. Could, but it'd take me forever in a day. So I have a tracing. And guys, there's nothing wrong with tracing. I have no problem as an artist, and many of my artist friends don't have any problem. There are those people out there that will give you a hard time for tracing when you're painting. It is not a problem. You do what makes you happy. And if you want to just get to the painting part of it and not spend an hour drawing it out, then trace it. Because that's what's fun to me, is the painting part of it. I can draw. I have sketches, pen and ink all over the place, but I don't want to. I just want to get to the painting. So that's why I trace. If you have a problem with it, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I am going to use, what am I going to use for this one? I don't think I want to use graphite. I think I'm going to use, well, maybe. Debating. It's still a little bit tacky. I might use the graphite paper. I usually use the chalk pencil and just rub it on the, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can use a chalk pencil, and by chalk pencil I mean like one of these General's Pastel Chalks, and you just rub it on the back over where you want to trace. I'll just show you on this little leaf. Okay, and then you place it, and this is cut to fit pretty much exactly. I've got lines there, but you probably can't see them. And then you just take a stylus and you just trace over where you put the chalk pencil. Okay, and that gives you your image on there. I don't know if you can see. I might zoom in a little bit more. Okay. If you don't want to do that, the only problem with using the chalk pencil is sometimes it gets a little too dusty and it wants to just smear everywhere. So I think because there's so much on this one, I think I'm going to use graphite paper. There is a flaw with graphite paper too, though, because you can't see your board. It's the graphite paper's in the way. So it's kind of a catch-22, I guess, because you have to decide is it worth being able to see your board and where you're actually drawing. Sometimes it's necessary because I'm trying to line it back up. So that's why I would do that. But I think for the initial one, I'm just going to use this for the initial. I assume it will still work. It's kind of old. So I'm going to actually trim this just a little bit. It's a fraction over the edge. And I don't really want anything over the edge, because I want to be able to tape it in place if I need to. So let me just trim off this edge. I want to cut it. I cut it close, but I didn't cut it exact. This tracing paper happens to be Soho tracing paper, but any tracing paper will do. I bought it off of Amazon, so I'll show it to you. It's this one. Get back in there. All right. Let's see. Go off of this side too. It's like a 1/16 of an inch. Not much. Let's see if that's exact or not. That is pretty close. I think that'll work. All right, so I'm going to tape it on the top. I think I'll use this tape. Okay, that way I can lift it. Put the graphite paper down, which I think I'm going to cut the size a little bit better. Let's see if I can mark it. We'll mark there and mark here. I don't really want to deal with this whole big piece. See if I can kind of cut it somewhat straight. It's not a big deal. I need to buy another package of this. I've had this so long. It has the bird of paradise. Not bird. What were those birds called? Bee eaters. Those bee eaters on it that I painted, gosh, 5 years ago. I've had this at least 5 years. It's a long time. So it's got like a whole bunch of tracings on it already. And sometimes when it gets that used up, you start getting holes basically. So we're gonna give it a try. Is that the front? Yeah, shiny side goes down. So by doing this, I can kind of peek under it and hopefully keep it in the same place. Now this is the tricky part. Seeing where you've gone already. I'm just going to start, I guess, on the top. There's no way for me to know where I've gone already and haven't gone, because I can't really see it, because it's just a stylus. It's not a ballpoint pen or something. I don't like using a ballpoint pen because then I mark up my tracing, and each time I use it, the lines get further and further off. So that's why I prefer not to. I'm hopefully not getting too many fingerprints. If you push your fingers on here, you sometimes get fingerprints. Now they'll usually erase out or wash out, but sometimes it can be a little difficult. So I am hoping that is not the case. Depends on how tacky that blue was. If it's being that sensitive to me pushing on it. It is really hot in this room. I am sitting here melting. I don't know why it's so hot in here. I think it was like 80 something today. And I'm feeling it. I have the air on, but it's not kicking on or something. I don't know. It wants me to melt. So I'm kind of doing the outside, and then I'll work my way in, and hopefully I won't miss anything. And hopefully this is actually transferring. I probably should check, but I don't want to check just yet. I'll check when I get toward the bottom. If it's not, yeah, I can figure it out. It's not a huge deal, but I would love if it would actually work for me. I only did one of those leaves. Let's do this one. And I'm using the smaller side of this stylus. This one happens to be a Fiskars, my older one I've had around forever. They do sell one of these at Dollar Tree. It's a little fatter though. And sometimes I want that, but sometimes I like the smaller nib that this one has. I'm going to check this bottom real quick and just see if it's, oh yeah, it is definitely transferring. Sorry this is tedious. If y'all don't want to watch me trace, you can always watch the replay and fast forward past it all. It's a nice thing about replays. I had such a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do next, guys. I want to do another journal, but I just don't know what I want to do. I can't decide. It's like I have that beam material that was like a canvasy duck cloth, I guess it's called. It has bees on it, but gosh, I just did a nature one. You know, do I want to do another nature one right away? I love nature, but I don't know if you guys want to see another nature one right away. Where was I? I don't think I did this one. Or not. But I do want to use that material on a journal. It's beautiful material. Other than that, I do have some travel fabrics that I haven't used yet. I could do a travel journal. Not really my thing, but y'all might like it. I don't know. I want y'all to kind of help me out here and help me figure out what to do next. Maybe you have a suggestion. I'd love to do stuff I already have, so I'm going to have to go buy more stuff. But if I can find a material at Hobby Lobby or something that's not crazy expensive, most of them are like, I don't know, enough to do a journal usually costs me maybe $5. It's not crazy expensive or nothing. And then I could go try to find something. That doesn't always work out either. Sometimes it's hard to find a good one. But when I finish this, I'll try to show you the bee material if you don't remember it. Some of you probably lobby, and I brought it home and showed y'all. But some of you won't. Did I do that little piece? Nope. So it definitely helps by taping it up there so you can kind of peek and see what you're missing. wasn't sure if I wanted to take this picture on. I talked to Pamela, the photographer, and I was like, can I paint it? And I asked her, gosh, it's probably been 3-4 months now, maybe more, when I asked her for permission. And I don't know, I think I was a little afraid of it. It's such a detailed picture. Hey, Deborah. That I kept kind of putting it off. It's kind of like, can I do that one? Can I tackle that? I don't know, maybe. It's got a lot of lighting, a lot of folds. It's very, very detailed. Who did I miss? Anybody? I don't think so. Let's see if anybody snuck in while I was chatting. So yeah, I have to figure out, what's next. That's always the question, isn't it? What's next? Sometimes I just have it lined up and way ahead of time I already know. But sometimes I really have to think about it. I can't tell where I've gone now. I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of like, did I do this line? Did I not do this line? I don't think I did this section. I'm not being super careful about staying on the line because it doesn't have to look exactly like this. Let's see. Let me go in and look and see if I have this. Let's see. Alright, so there's some blank right here. Didn't get those. One right here. One right here. This little line here. It's a nice thing about having it taped at the top so you can just kind of flip it up and not have to realign everything. Oh, all this. Okay. This little square. Get that. Don't have that line. Don't have this line. Don't have that line. Oh, I missed this whole section. Yeah, I'll probably see the spots I miss more than I do. We're getting there. It's getting close. Sorry, I'm not talking because I'm concentrating. Something there, I don't know what it is. really close now. Something right here. So much that I thought I hit, but I didn't. Too. Wow. I think I might have it. In there. I think this is probably close enough. Alright, I'm sure it's not perfect, but it's close enough. Alright, there we go. So, just gonna pull that off. Stick it up on my wall. And I have a little bit of stray. Let's see if I can erase it. Okay, not too bad, not too many fingerprints either. That's good. All right, so we've got that, and I'm going to do a base coat of pinks. So what I have to figure out is what pinks. Maybe a base coat of just a medium pink, and try to keep my lines. That'll be the tricky part. So let's see if I can figure out a pink that goes with this. I think, let's see, I have several pinks. I have quinacridone magenta. I have portrait pink. I have medium magenta and quinacridone crimson. That's going to be too red, I think. So it'll probably be some combination of these. And I might also do a little more of that transparent mixing white just for now, until I decide. A little bit heavier. So I don't want it to show up too much. So this is going to have a lot of white in it, which is going to be opaque. Do you see the little black square there? So these are opaque. This one, oops, do you see how that square is white? That one's translucent. So this one's going to be more opaque than this. This is actually opaque too, so it probably has a little bit of white in it. That's typically the case. The more white in the paint, the more opaque it's going to end up being. So I'm going to stick with this quinacridone magenta for now. So I want it to be kind of translucent for this first layer. So I'm going to do just a little drop of that. And a brush that will get me all this detail. Let's see. Something small and flattish. Maybe that. It's kind of pointy. Maybe that one. Possibly that one or this one. Yeah, I think those are good choices. All right, let's try that. We're gonna get a little water, and we're gonna mix this color with some white. Remember, this is a translucent white, so it won't change the color much. And this is a very translucent color, so I'm probably still going to see some of that blue coming through until I get it mostly white, which might mean I need to use that more opaque color. But I do want to kind of outline the textures without losing my detail paint tracing. So I might go with just a little of this. Maybe a little more white. Let's go all this white. It's transparent, so it doesn't do much. But I'm going to put it on pretty thin, just because I think this is a good way to kind of get it, just an outline going. Looking for a paper towel. There they are. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Just try a little bit and see how it looks. Now, I'm not going to really worry about colors or shading right now. I'm only going to start getting this shape down. See, there's a lot of blue showing through there still. Let me zoom in more. Let's come down a little bit. Okay. See how much blue is still in there? And I knew that that would be the case because this is, like I said, it's very translucent. But what it's going to do is kind of get me just going. Let me think about the petals. I got to think about the direction of the petals. I don't want to end up with weird lines. So I'm going to try to stay kind of in the direction of the petals. You know, if they look like they're going more, I can't really show you both of these at the same time, but you're going to get the idea. If they have very specific lines, I'm going to try to stay with that. I mean, logically, they would be going toward, you know, the inside. So I'm just going to do that. Now, this is going to seem very, very dark, and you're going to be like, that's really dark. It is very dark, but it's not going to be the end color, so it's not going to matter. This is just to get us going. And then we'll start putting in lighter and lighter colors and shadows and grays and all that type of stuff. But I don't want to lose my shapes. So I'm just going to follow these little lines and start adding some texture. I need this. I guess I could look at the big one. I don't know. Do better looking it down. Am I still on camera? Yeah. Okay. It's hard to tell. Some of these lines are they're so bad. We'll just ignore some of them. My tracing is kind of crazy. I'll just do what I see. This one is going kind of this way. And I'm keeping that separation in there so that later, hopefully it'll help. So it's also going that way. And not sure what's going on there. We'll just go straight with that one. What is that? Is it part of that? I shading spot. Some of the lines I have here are not specifically petals, they're just shading. There's an opening. Where's the opening? Where's the leaf? This is a leaf. That's a leaf. That's a leaf and maybe a stem. And then this is where the petal starts. Now, I might let this one have a little more texture than I typically do. I kind of like when the flowers do that. I cannot tell what's going on with that petal. That is a weird looking petal. Oh, there's a leaf there. That's why. Okay. This is really kind of more two. There's one right here. And then one underneath it. We'll figure it out as we go. This one comes over the top. That's just a shadow of that, so we don't really need that. Well, this graphite pencil will disappear as it's painted over because it's water soluble. It's kind of going that direction. And then a little one there. Yeah, a little more white to that. I need two shades. Let me grab some more white. You know what? I'm going to grab a little bit of regular white. You know, I'll grab that pink. Where's that portrait pink? Just for the spots where I'm getting a little mixed up on the image. It'll be a little more opaque, but that's okay. I need a separation. There. Okay, this flower. What is this one doing? I think that was just shading. This is going to be a tricky one. I can see it already. It's going to be a challenge. Do this big one. I can tell which way that's going. This one's kind of going like this and like that. Put a little bit of pink color. Going like this. What is that? Just trying to figure out directions. It's a little challenging. Okay, that's a little bitty. I'll put this one in light. Put this one in light. Where's the squiggly petal? This is a little bit wiggly. And this one's kind of flat. Try to get these main ones I can really tell where they are. Some of them it's really hard to tell which one's which. This goes into that really bright color pink right here. A little more pink to that one. This one kind of goes around that. I hope this turns out okay. I don't do a lot of flowers, really. I do a lot of birds. Flowers are kind of, I don't know. They can be intimidating, but I think if you just kind of take it one step at a time, it's okay. Going on here. And then there's like a big petal. I think is it this one I think. And then I think this one's inside. Something like that. This one looks like it's two. Kind of, sort of. There's a lot of ruffles here. Where does that go? Right here. Kind of goes there. And then I think it flattens out like that. This is this direction. Kind of like that. Where's the green? I didn't put any green out. Try to avoid it. I think it's, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to throw some white on the green because I don't want to, I keep kind of getting confused. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white, but there's some, this dirty water has some blue in it, so it'll kind of look blue. This is a leaf. It's just going to be a very, very light tinge of color. This is a leaf. Yeah, I gave it some shape. It was straight in the original picture, but it was kind of throwing my eye off. I'd get a little more green. I think just some phthalo green. Where is it? There it is. Just a drop. Talking with my paintbrush in my mouth. This isn't the right shade of green, but oh, that matches too much. I knew we're yellow. Guess I should have used hunter green. That's all right. We'll do this for now. I need to separate these leaves so I don't accidentally paint them pink. This whole thing's a leaf. That's just a shadow in there. Leaf. Can't tell what's happening there. What is tracing makes no sense. We're just going to throw it in there because I don't know what that is. Okay. And then this is a leaf. It's not going to be this color, but like I said, it's just a hint at, there's a leaf there. Didn't absolutely have to do this one, but that's all right. We'll do it anyway. And then there's one up here. We'll worry about shading on it later. All right, leaf there. That's all the leaves, right? Yeah. Let's see if I can get all this blue out of my brush. Don't want blue in my pink. Or we'll have purple. Kind of looking purple anyway. All right, let's see. Where were we? So this leaf is definitely more pointy, smooth. Okay. I'm calling it a leaf. It's not a leaf. It's a flower. This is more solid. Comes down into here. I think peonies might be one of the more difficult flowers to paint. More so than even a rose. There's just so many folds. I've done a peony once. I did it digital, with the digital art though, on my paint program. So I used digital brushes, which, you know, they're a little bit different than using a regular paintbrush. It's kind of a whole different experience, really, painting digitally. I don't have anything against, because at one point I had given up painting with paints because I had gotten so allergic to all the paints. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do digital art, and I don't have to worry about what's in them. And I kind of got a little burnout on it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try acrylics again. They shouldn't bother me. Oils still definitely bother me, but not acrylics. So I pretty much can do acrylic and watercolor. One of your favorite flowers, your bush is about to bloom out. Oh, you have some? Oh, you're so lucky. I don't have any. It's my daughter's favorite. So I had the painting I had, I gave to her. Now, this isn't going to look, you know, right as of yet. So just understand that and be patient. It's a process. We will be building layers little by little. And you will start seeing it take shape. Where is that little scoopy flower? It's this one. There. And this one comes around. There's one here. Where is which one's which. My lines just... I shouldn't have done all of the shading. I should have just done the main ones because it's kind of confusing me. A lot of these are just shading lines. There's like a bump here. Oh, there it is. I see it now. What? This one. It's like a little hard almost. Let's lighten that up just a little so I can separate it. Kind of there. Kind of see that one. That one's got a lot of flat space to it. It goes up there, and all the way up to there. Yeah. This is this little bitty. This looks like a rabbit ear. It does look like a little rabbit. I'm starting to see shapes in my peony. Oh no. It looks like a little bunny rabbit. I'm telling you, it does. You'll see it. I'll pull it up a second and you'll see what I mean. It's totally a little rabbit. We're just going to stick him in there because why not? He looks like a bunny. There's a bunny in our peony. That one goes this way, this way. Where's that one? It's kind of around and it wiggles a little up here. And then inside, a little round spot there. Something like that. This comes in here. That's going to be very dark and shaded, so I don't know if I'm going to mess too much with it. It's got a lot going on. Is that leaf? That's totally leaf right there. This is not, though. Grab some more green and throw it in there. And that's just the background, but that's leaf. What is that? I think it's just shading. I'm gonna show you this. I'll show you this bunny. It's just funny. I think it's funny when there's shapes and things. As an artist, you start seeing shapes and everything. Look, I'll show you this bunny. Do you see it? Do you see the little bunny? He's right there. He's in here. Set my hand in the paint. I need to wet this again. It's drying. All right, a little bit over here. Do they smell good? I don't think I've ever smelled one. Huh. I can't tell what's going on here. I see that one above the bunny. And then this one's just kind of, looks like it's just kind of going in several directions. And I don't know what's going on here. We'll fine tune it as we go. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get some color down. That's what I said. And let's just separate this one, kind of, sort of. I have no idea what's going on there either. I'm just gonna make it go this way, I guess. Kind of see that. It's just a little bit of a darker area right there. That's also a darker area. We'll do that pink. This is kind of just going into here. This one comes up. Must have missed a line. It actually comes up like this. All these lines I'm just painting over because they don't make any sense to me. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you get too much detail and it just doesn't work because a lot of it's shading and it's just, you can't really do it that way. So we will figure it out later. Put that pink color in there. This to be darker, this to be darker. Leaf. Oh, I can't. Up, up, up. It should be right here. But I don't see it. I think it's this one. Kind of goes around like that. Now it comes sideways. Let's change the color up a little bit. Goes sideways. There's a wiggly spot here where that red spot is. I can't tell where the red spot is. Where is the red spot? I guess it's above this. That's kind of like that. I think it's, is it there? Yeah, I think that's where it is. Alright, so the squiggly is here. Let's see if we can get that squiggly on there. Squiggly here. Comes all the way down. Goes over to our kind of second set of little ear things over here. They're kind of like that. A lot of weird little shapes in here. I'm just going to add the shadows later because I can't. I'm having too much trouble following my tracing. It's a bad tracing. What happened there? Just a dark area. A light area on top. Let's go a little bit light. Whoa, too much. A little bit lighter, not that much lighter. I think it's like that. Where is that pink spot? It's got to be let me look up here. All right, here's that point. I see that point. I see this. The wiggly is right here. So the pink spot's right there. Do I have anything bright? I can put some bright in there. Or dark, I mean. What color is this? Basically a pure magenta. I'm just going to put this where this pink spot is because I need to know where it is. And it appears to be about here. So I'm just putting a little in there so I don't lose it. There's also a spot over here somewhere. And there's also one here. Like right about there. Okay, let's go back into this. Okay, I see this. And it comes over like this. And there's a little one right there. Oops, we need a different color. Little one right here. And this one's kind of flat. Sideways flat. Maybe something like that. Too much same color. Kind of like that. Just looks like a blob. My flower looks like a blob. It won't look like a blob forever. It's just going to look like a blob for a while. Hopefully by the next session we'll have it not looking like a blob. I'm gonna let this heavy body be heavy body. Usually I kind of thin out my heavy body and it really doesn't end up being what I would consider heavy body. But I think I would like to let it be thicker with this painting because I think it's going to help give me that texture that I want. Just a squiggly there. Let's see if we can get it with this little bit lighter color. I almost lost it. There it is. I see it. Layer. And there's that. Okay, like this. There'll be some shading on that. Try and get these lines a little bit firmer. Nothing in between there. Try to keep that opening. Now these are way too dark. I know that. They will be lighter. But having this dark pink underneath it just will give it depth. Just trying to get the outline lines good. This one, a little more pointy. I'll probably have to come in with a little brush to get that. some color in there. Right. As long as most of these blues are colored, we should be good. Just kind of filling in spots until we can figure out where all these lines go. That will be next time. What happened there? What is that? I think I see it. I think it goes down. Maybe something like that. It's like a fat one there somewhere. I think it's this whole piece. And it cuts off right. Right here. Wiggly, wiggly. I don't know what color goes there. We'll just pick a color. Is it starting to look like anything? Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. It'll take on its shape sooner or later. I know it will. I have faith. Some blue there. I think that goes this way. I'll try a little bit lighter color right there. I kind of see some petals going this way. That one goes up. And that one goes down. And that one goes up. It really just looks like a blob right now. It's a little blob. A blob flower. I'm trying to make sure I have at least most of this blue covered that needs to be covered. Well, it's looking very abstract right now. All right. It's a start. Does it look like it's supposed to? No. I know it doesn't. It's okay. It will sooner or later, but not tonight. Tonight's going to be a blob. Later it will. All right, so that's a start. We're going to leave it there. Come back in, fresh eyes, and start working on more detail and shading and stuff. And get some of those dark leaves in there and these dark undercolors. I don't even know what color that is. Whatever color we're going to do that, which I'll have to figure out. It's a tough color to kind of figure out. guess it's a grayish color. I don't know. Sometimes I have to take the painting into Photoshop or something and use the photo dropper tool and touch the color and see what color it is, because sometimes you just can't see it, especially on weird colors like that where it's just kind of a, I don't know, it's like a grayish pink, I guess. So anyway, like I said, this one's a challenge for me, but it'll look pretty. I promise. It will. It might take me a few tries, but we'll get it. All right, so that's our start. Hopefully you enjoy this process, and I will be back Wednesday. I'm going to do Wednesday and Friday. I think that's the plan, not Monday. So Wednesday and Friday is the plan, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Let's zoom that back out.